Here's a little lesson in trickery. Alright, yeah, we don't need that. How sweet. Okay, so, for our friends that just joined us from the raid, sometimes in this, it cuts to a scene where as if you're reading about something that happened afterward, and it's like you're writing the story. This is one such moment. How sweet the first breath of fresh air after the stale, damp stuffiness of that tome. Before us stretched an unending heath, replete with hills and gullies and patches of low shrubs. Already the trail of Tartusio and his companions had gone cold. Lord Nature, we would not give up so easily. Whether the trail went cold or not, it was one we had to follow. Success. No blade of grass was bent. It must have had enough time to straighten back up, since whoever last passed through, but the heath's dry earth preserved the prints of little shoes. Our eyes to the ground, we followed the trail. We walked and walked until finally we came to a huge gully, the dried up bed of a river of yore. But what is this? At the edge, the grass was trampled down and the soil turned up, and claw prints, lots of them. We'd stumbled upon a fresh battlefield. And here, the trail split. One set of footprints walked away from the battle and down into the gully. The brave footprints that faced down their enemies followed the path along its edge. Did you play a lot of D&D tabletop growing up? Some. I had a friend in high school that was really into it, and he had some of the books, and we played a few games together. It was very enjoyable. I moved, so no longer with that group of people, and years later, when I was working in tech support in my 20s, I had a coworker that was really into it, and he was like, yeah, if you guys want to play, well, we can do stuff. And when we started doing a thing where it's like Friday night after work, every other week, we would all get permission from our wives or significant others, and we would play from like 6 p.m. until midnight, like every other week, and had a lot of fun. We had one campaign that went for like a year plus, playing every 2 weeks. So had a lot of fun with that. So I haven't played like, a massive amount of games, but I've had a few games that went for a long time. In terms of like the video games, I've played like in D&D, there's been a few recently, like Solasta. Solasta was pretty good, but it's based on D&D, is it 4E or 5E? And I really didn't like the rule set. Pathfinder, I really love the rule set. And Pathfinder Kingmaker and Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous are both really good and are based on that rules. And of course, Baldur's Gate 3 I recently played. I did 2 playthroughs of that. They were like 100 hours each, and it's fantastic. Let's see. Lore nature check. We tried to imagine who or what left those claw marks. The claw marks were not deep. The attackers were small and lean, and more, these creatures walked on 2 legs. Finally, the form of the prince left no doubt in our minds we'd stumbled onto kobold lands. Detect magic. Try to find any traces of magic in the surroundings. We discovered traces of a spell, apparently from the illusion school, near where the lonely trail descended into the gully. We know Tartusio can use magic. Examine the path that snaked into the gully. The path was frequently used. In its dust, we saw both sets of footprints together. It was clear that those who had no claws left the battlefield surrounded by those who did. Study the... Study the trail that led down into the gully. To our surprise, we discovered that the little shoe prints turned into little clawed footprints on their way into the gully. It was as if someone from Tartusio's band was wearing shoes, then took them off or grew claws, then jumped into the gully to avoid the battle. It said that we detected illusion magic. So that makes me think someone used a spell to look like... What did it say? Kobold. So someone changed their appearance. He's a little rat, probably him. We followed the single set of footprints. The way down was steep, and it took some time to reach the bottom. Walking on the loose soil was difficult, but the clawed footsteps were easy to spot. The bottom of the gully went downhill deeper and deeper. Finally, the footprints turned, whirled up the steep slope, and disappeared at the gully's edge. We couldn't but admire the animal agility and clever claws of the creature we were following. The slope before us was as tall as 2 tall men, and ended at a hanging crest. Climbing such a slope would be no easier than climbing a sheer wall. However, a long, steady-looking root stuck out of the ground from the top. Mobility check. There was one brave hero among us who decided to try their luck at climb the root. Choose character. After tugging on the root, Octavia took a deep breath, grabbed it with both hands, and began the difficult ascent. Pushing with her feet against the slope and grabbing the root with her hands, she climbed higher and higher. Only her heavy breathing and the faint creaking of the root broke the deadly silence. Suddenly, dust poured down from the top of the slope and the root began to slide from the ground. Keeping her wits, Octavia shifted her weight to her legs and froze. After a tense moment, she continued her journey and soon had reached the top of the slope. After catching her breath, she lay on the ground and offered her hand to help the next of us up. After climbing out of the gully one by one, we easily found the clawed footprints again and moved forward. The air grew tense, we sensed that we were approaching our target, and our intuition proved correct. Loading screen.
I need to catch
The newer books use Pathfinder 2e, which is like D&D 5e. I don't think I've played any Pathfinder 2e, but the D&D 5e video games that I played, I really wasn't a fan of. Like, things like legendary actions and stuff like that. There was a lot of just little rules I didn't enjoy, but I still enjoyed Celasta enough that I played through the entire thing.
Listen to me. A dragon, huge, sparkling, flew
Thanks as always for all the amazing Grim Dawn content and my horrible jokes.
You're very welcome, Valdor. Thank you for the resub. Welcome back.
me from the sky and told me a secret. A great relic that will win the kobold's glory is hidden somewhere nearby. Enough of this pitiful existence. Search for it. Search and bring it to me.
Their leader speaks in the suspiciously familiar voice of the gnome Tartuccio. You know, now I'm wondering if Tartuccio was a kobold that was using illusion magic to look like a gnome, or was he a gnome and now he's using illusion magic to look like a kobold to run these guys? Dragon glory dragon. The voices of the kobolds rise in excitement. We know. The mites under the old Sycamore. They possess the magic treasure. Very ancient. That's one thing I never expected to see in the middle of a forest. A circus show. Learning a new trade, Tartuccio.
You! When will I finally be rid of you? Don't listen to him, tribesmen. This liar comes to play tricks on us. You and you, hold him back. The rest of you, follow me.
He beat the game? Yeah, but it was 5 years ago, and I told you guys, it's really, really fuzzy in my head. Also, I could be making different choices right now. I don't even remember. But yeah, if I...
Can you make an epic pose?
I was just like, yeah, definitely don't spoil it for the audience. Do we have an enlarged person right now? No, we don't. Do we have song? We have a few stacks of it. Wait, was there only 2 of them? What the heck? Getting ready for Wrath of the Righteous? I have already done a playthrough of Wrath of the Righteous recently. I have also done a playthrough of Kingmaker, but it was right when it launched, and it was a buggy mess. So I've been itching to do another playthrough and do it again with it now that it's been all fixed. There's an imprint on the ground near the empty chest. It looks like another chest of the same size recently sat beside this one. Yeah, Wrath of the Righteous was cool. You, essentially in that playthrough, you're going to, like, evolve into a higher power in some way. I ended up becoming like I started as a druid and became a lich, and my animal companion became like an undead saber-toothed tiger. It was crazy, that like all the options that the game had. But yeah, I had like undead armies by the end of it.
I need to catch my breath.
Where did we get a mark? Oh wait, that it? No, abandoned hut. That's something new. Boggart hunting grounds. Oh, is that it? Right there. Old Sycamore. Explore the vicinity. Okay.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Alright, let's let them rest. Wrath of the Righteous is a glorious, still buggy mess of an epic RPG. I played Wrath right after launch, and the main issue I had that I can recall, and it's been a while, was the final act was insanely laggy. And I hope that's been fixed by now. Wait, Mukluk suddenly awoke inside the house. What house? Dogs were howling fiercely not far away. It smelled like burning. The wooden walls were steaming hot and smoke was wreathing beneath the low ceiling. Looked out the window. The instant he approached the window, the glass broke and an arrow hit him in the chest. Falling, he glimpsed a dozen dark figures standing outside. His eyes dimmed. Mukluk's skin felt cold. He heard the murmur of the water and the soft lapping of waves. After opening his eyes, he saw a rocky river bottom and a bloated body, tangled in green waterweeds. The drowned man's empty gaze was now fixed upon Muk. The drowned man's mouth opened slowly and a hoarse whisper said, "Shrike River, Mukluk." At this moment, Mukluk finally awoke. Drenched in sweat, he told us what he'd seen in the dream. And they said, "You're no longer allowed to eat after midnight." Riverbed nightmare. That is a kingdom resource, and I don't have a kingdom yet, so I can't do anything with that. Alright, so I think I need to go there. How close are we to level 3? We are pretty close. We are pretty close. Alright, let's keep chasing Tartuccio. That feels like it's something our level right now. Getting that level 3 would be huge. What class are you playing this run? An Inquisitor
Greetings.
Monster Tactician. Greetings. Kon Garis, the former captain of Jamandi Eldori's personal guards, nods to you as though you'd seen each other in Restov only yesterday. He limps noticeably, and his clothes are stained with blood, and looks every bit as grim and focused as when you first met. But this time, you also sense a hit of excitement in his
I
eyes.
have urgent news from Restov.
Oh, voice
The
acting.
investigation that I have conducted at Lady Jamandi's orders have proved your innocence. Tartuccio was and still is the Pataxian spy. That dreadful night, it was him who had opened the gate and let the assassins in. It appears that he had planned to gain the barony and Eldori's support, only to later place these lands under the command of his true patron. King Iravetti is no stranger to intrigue, and likes to use others to do his dirty work. Anyway, Lady Jamandi sends her apologies. We almost had Tartuccio cornered when this damned mist fell. First we entirely lost our way, and then stumbled right into a bandit ambush. My people can barely stand, so I would be grateful if you would help us capture this Tartuccio. He must be somewhere nearby. Bring that scum to Oleg's trading post, dead or alive. The Sword Lords will remember this favor.
I remember my first time playing this game, I picked this as my portrait. And it gave this guy a different portrait because I stole his. How did Tartuccio manage to fool you?
That sly bastard has caused us no little trouble, that's for sure. When he showed up in Restov and announced he was going to join the expedition, nobody suspected a thing. Yes, a gnome, yes, a sorcerer, but so what? Even after that terrible night, some of my people were willing to bet money on you being the spy. His overconfidence was his downfall. Tartuccio's henchmen, it seems, imagined they could safely meet with Pataxian spies in the town's seedy underbelly. But Restov is the ancestral home of the Eldori, and Lady Jamandi is respected not only by the aristocracy and the common folk, but also by those on the other side of the law. We received a message from the slums. A good friend, who wished to remain anonymous, suggested the Sword Lords take a closer look at a certain guest from Patax. Jamandi immediately sent for me and ordered me to capture the spy, all very quietly, of course. He told us everything, and not only about Tartuccio. I doubt that Iravetti was pleased to hear of his agent's failure.
A nasty grin crosses Keston's face. Alright. Thanks. Deliver Tartuccio to Keston, dead or alive. Are we encumbered? We are in heavyweight right now. Drop that. Drop that.
Follow me!
Okay, we got some speed back now. Cowardly traitors, sons of a pike, return the relic. Gained XP. Kobold Crier, coward, turn, Elec. What are these? Dude, are those guys? Look at their heads. Their heads are so big for their bodies. Silly, silly kobold. Go look your relic, your dungeon. Look under bed, under table. Haha, silly kobold have no bed and no table. Search your eggs. You lose relic and blame mites. Accuse queen? Lies. Chief, suit scale, not silly. The kobold leader shakes his weapon at the insult. Lies. Chief, scale. The kobold crier diligently copies the words and gestures of the chief swinging his weapon. It seems both groups are but a breath away from battle. Such hubris in such small and simple creatures. But are our own monarchs any better? No. That's just Republicans and Democrats up there. So warlike. It's like a miniature version of the Taldan Imperial Chronicles. Attack. Let us free the lands of these dangerous creatures. Protect Queen! Kobold fight! Hold stranger! I go my Shaman Tartak! Now do I get XP for taking these things out?
Face me if you dare.
Wait, why is Muck way back here? Oh my god, Muck can hardly move. Why? I mean, he's in medium weight, but that's not that bad. Alright, he managed to throw a summon out.
Bring it! Do not falter!
Fatigued? Are we fatigued? Oh, he is, yeah. That's weird, that they're not all fatigued at the same time.
Repent.
Let's see, just getting the stuff that doesn't weigh a bunch. Did we check the sentry already? Yeah, we did. Okay.
I found something interesting.
Bones. Overgrown passage. Sneaky mites.
I did as you asked.
Oh, they seem mad that I just stole their stuff. That's weird. How strange. Let's do channel.
March, march. All I do is march.
Okay. Get the Monet.
How much longer?
Artavia is also my favorite NPC in both Pathfinder games.
Done.
Is she in the second one?
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
Onwards!
Oh my god, he's so slow. Okay. What do we got here? Some money, some pearls. Grab all of that. Can we camp here? Oh, you have to, like, set up the camp. Alright, let's try to camp because of the guy that has fatigue on him. See if that'll work.
You constantly talk about the end of times, that we'll all die. Don't you ever just want to have some fun?
I have fun when I watch your futile attempts to avoid the inevitable. It's truly funny.
Wow. Main cook spoiled the meal. Oh, nice job.
To the dust.
Oh my lord.
This is for you!
Our tank is the last one awake.
Justice!
Ah, crap. We just got stat damage.
March, march. All I do is march.
Oh, they leveled up though. That's nice. They leveled up. Okay, so Summon Monster 2 is now available for our Monster Tactician. That is huge. So teamwork feats. So if we get Cunning Initiative, Stern Gaze. Do I have the thing where my summons get the teamwork feats? No, that's at level 5. Okay. Alright, Inquisitor. Do I want to do the same stuff here? I'll just do those 3 again. Oh, we've got 1 point left over. Guess Persuasion. It's not a main skill for him, but I can get it. Alright, let's look at the teamwork feat first. Alright, so the teamwork feats are going to be copied to the stuff he summons. So stuff that can be used by, like, melee attackers would be really good. Maybe because he had the badger. Oh, that's a good thought. Yeah, there was that little cutscene thing earlier where he had the nightmare. Maybe that gave him fatigue. Whenever you and an ally who have this feat are attacking the same target, you deal an additional 1d6 points of precision damage with each successful melee attack. Precise strike. That seems pretty good. Alright, and then a feat. Weapon focus. I needed... Was it martial? I need him to have, like, martial weapons or exotic weapons. We'll do martial weapons. Okay, pick a spell. Bane. Cause fear. Doom. Inflict light wounds. Do inflict light wounds for now. If I get the undead lady to join the party, then you need that to heal her. Not sure if I'm going to do that or not, but maybe. Okay. So let's see. If we get her level 3 of this, she is going to get armor training and tower shield training. Okay. Let's see. Athletics. She's really not great at anything else here. Knowledge world. Wait, mobility? No, she's bad at that too. Okay. Armor focus. Select a type of armor. Your AC is increased by 1. I'm not ready to commit to one yet. Die hard. Endurance. She's the tank. Missile shield. Once per round, you would normally be hit with an attack from a ranged weapon. You may deflect it so you take no damage. That's pretty good. Shield wall. We'll do missile shield. You hate the stats they gave Valerie? What did they give her? 19 con. 15 charisma. The charisma's kind of weird. Alright, Lindsay. What is this going to give her? Inspire competence. Let's see. Persuasion, UMD. Some knowledges. Put a point in one of the other things. Getting her 1 point in the things that she doesn't have is a big jump. Lingering performance is really good. If you have that, you could just turn the song like on and then back off, and it still stays for a while. Probably do that. She's a failed paladin, basically. Are you giving me spoilers again? Son of a gun. The lore. Touch of gracelessness. We already have grease. Remove fear, hypnotism. Flare burst. Unbreakable heart. Vanish. Make someone invisible. Hideous laughter. Alright. I want to respec her and make her a wild dog barbarian, but I don't think I have the ability to respec things unlocked yet. So she's just a vanilla barbarian right now. Let's see, back-to-back blind combat reflexes is really good with reach weapons. Although her dex could be higher. Why is her dex in red? Oh, she's poisoned right now, that's why. That's why her dex is lower. You will need a mod to respec their classes? No, I don't think you do. I've never modded this game, and I am certain I respec them the last time I played it. Can you show sell book you main character? What? I have no idea what you just said. Sorry. Spell? Oh, show the main character's spell book? Amiri is already leveled as a barb. You can't make her a mad dog. Again? Well, no, maybe I replaced her with a... Okay, you know what? Hold on. Correction. Possibly last time, I think I might have retired her and made a custom barbarian. You might be right. I might be getting it mixed up with Wrath of the Righteous. Accomplished sneak attacker. Sneak attack damage increases by 1d6. You can shoot or throw ranged weapons at the opponent engaged in melee without taking a standard -4. This might help for all of the like acid splashes that she's doing and trying to shoot those into the fight and they're not landing. Because that's a rolls an attack roll. I'll try it. Hurricane bow, reduce person stone fists. What? Oh, she already has mage armor. Blah. Let's get those. Does she have to do a spell book, or does she... I guess she just... I don't know. It looks like it pulls from her spells the way a sorceress does. Hold on, does she have a book? Like, I don't see a prep... Oh, it's down here. It's down here in the bottom left. Okay, so she can do mage armor. Maybe a couple of burning hands. Cleric guy. Extra channeling. We're gonna get extra channeling for now. Not that he's built for healing, he is my healer currently. You playing on desktop? Yes, I'm on PC. Okay, quick save.